Good evening. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Sunday edition of our leadership call. My name is Miriam Kareem, and I'm so happy to have you all here tonight so that we can get necessary information to grow our businesses. A quick trip to the Newbie Corner. So, I was thinking about the list that Coach Marcus has posted in our consultants group and in some of our chats about building your skills. And if you don't have, I guess, proficiency in a certain skill, to work on that skill. My skill has been the 1 minute and 2 minute presentation. It's so easy now to do that because I can just quickly tell somebody about my story and they're like, wow, can you tell me some information about that? It's crazy how easy it flows the more I do it. So I guess the more you do it, the more you work on your skill, the better you'll become. So that being said, I'd like to introduce you all to our teacher tonight, Coach Will Zanders. He is a multiple seven-figure earner in the network marketing world, seven-figure earner at our Green Organics company at HBN, and our first six-figure earner at Go Desana. An amazing teacher, always knows how to get our businesses to where they need to be if we follow instructions. So, Coach Will Zanders, are you available, sir?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I appreciate that kind introduction. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not letting Miriam off the hook just yet. Just yet. She made a great point right there. And I just want to elaborate on it just a hair. Um, Becoming proficient at at giving presentations in a very short amount of time, giving people just the information they need, kind of like a 1 or 2 minute movie trailer. Let me ask Miriam, were there any tools or resources you used to become proficient at 1 and 2 minute presentations, or did you just keep doing presentations and they just got more polished and shorter and concise over time, or was it both? Let me ask
Well,
our hostess that.
it's okay. I read the I guess the 1 minute presentation book, and then
Okay.
Coach Sonic had a real good coach's corner on giving. He called it the elevator presentation, where
Hmm.
you're in an elevator, you got to quickly, tell somebody about your business or your opportunity or what have you. And me, I wasn't even thinking about that. I mean, when it's just like it's natural when you build that quick rapport, and then you just tell somebody about something that happened to you, and they're like, "Oh, really? Wow! Tell me. Well, I need to know something about that." So that's the response I've been getting, and it's making me feel more comfortable in doing so.
Got
So
it, got
yeah.
it. And would you say that you feel, thank you for sharing that. Now, do you feel like you're becoming more confident as well?
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
And well, thank you. And so and again, Coach Sinus call, one of the calls we have, and all of his are on recording on his YouTube channel. Don't forget that. But also the book that Miriam's referring to is a book I have right over on that particular bookshelf. And it is called The 1 Minute Presentation by Tom Big Al Schreider. Really, really great resource. And there's actually another one that he has called The 2 Minute Story, and you can actually combine those two books and create your own elevator pitch. And Coach Marcus just said it. They're all available at bigalbooks.com. Okay. So what Miriam's been doing, she's been working on her skills. She's working with our coaches, and she's working using resources and books that transcend what we teach. And she's built a very, very confident 60-second, 90-second presentation. Now, let me explain to you a little bit about that before we dive into the information tonight. A lot of it's going to be about our up and coming fitness challenge, which I'm really excited about. But when you get to the point where you can give a 60-second or 2 minute presentation about what it is you do, I just need you to understand how easy it can be for you to get people to ask you for that information. Well, Coach Will, how do you do that? Well, I can tell you. Once you're confident in your skills and you know you went through that book 20 times, you wrote your own presentation and followed the formula that the 60-second or 1 minute presentation book gives you. It gives you a formula where you can fill in the blanks about how to create your own 1 minute presentation. All you need to do, and I've done this countless times, All you need to do when you're out in social situations and you feel like it, you don't have to if you don't want to, but ask somebody, what do you do? They're comfortable with that question. Oh, so what do you do? Do you realize that when you ask someone the question, what do you do, and you're in an appropriate social setting, do you know that they will always, even on social media, a lot of times, whoa, well, you get strapping. Hey, I never asked you, what do you do? They're going to do two things. They're going to tell you what they do. They're going to be very excited to tell you all about what they do. And then they're going to ask you a question. What question are they going to ask you? What question are they going to ask you? If you ask them, what do they do? Of course, they're going to tell you what they do. Then they're going to ask you, what do you do? And at that point, you have an opportunity to say many, many things. But one of the things you could do is go into your 60-second presentation, which is really amazing. It really works. Miriam just told you it works amazingly. But you kind of want to know what you need to say before that. So don't start asking people that until you've taken the time and your own due diligence to build your own 1-minute presentation. Then you can start using that to create prospects on demand. And it's a lot of information, not at all, that you need to cover in that 60-second elevator pitch or 1-minute presentation. What ends up happening is you get to a point where you can say, yeah, I could tell you more. There's a video if you want the information. Okay, this is how much it costs. All that's covered in your presentation. And you have an opportunity to get them to a video or set up a phone call for a later date. Now, one thing I do not recommend doing is giving yourself the 60-second presentation, give that to your prospect right there and try to sign them up right on the spot. Hey, we need to get your card out and this, that, and the third. That may happen, but it's very, very rare. And they end up starting to ask you 100 questions. And then your 60-second presentation turns into an hour-long conversation with the person right there. And they are going to go from wanting to learn more and probably do the business to, man, I can't do this because if I got to talk to people for an hour straight, I don't want to do that. So the 60-second presentation, you use it and then swing them over to a website or a tool so they can get more information and get started if they want. So that's how you use it, but don't let it stretch out into an hour-long conversation because that will happen too. Okay, but Miriam made a great point. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Las Vegas, January 11th through the 13th, Las Vegas. Be there, be square. Early bird tickets sold out. In-person tickets sold out. Waitlist is open. Tickets are $97. Do not miss it. If you want to attend online, you can't make it in person or you couldn't get an in-person ticket in time, $97, you can attend online. And like every event, you are going to absolutely love the information that you get. We set the bar really high from an informational standpoint in Nashville. Lives were changed, tears were shed. I know that information we shared in Nashville is going to save some people's lives. I've got so many stories already about that I'll probably share on a Monday night call. But Las Vegas is going to be, again, we just want to take it to another level as always. Now, all right, tonight, we're doing something special. We're kicking off a new free 90-day virtual fitness challenge, and that is going to be running October the 10th through January 10th, right up to our Las Vegas event. We planned it that way on purpose, okay? So I'm going to give you some details right now. You do not have to take notes because it will be a lot to write down. So just kind of get the information in. There will be a recording for you. And we're going to have a kickoff call on October 9th, and it will not interfere. That's a Thursday. It will not interfere with any other team calls, and you'll have that recording too. And on the kickoff call, we're going to go through everything that people can do and need to do. We're going to announce your teams and your team captains and whatnot. And the kickoff call is going to be October 9th. I will put the time in the group so you know. And then you can have live Q&A where you can ask us all the questions you want, but that's going to be on the next call. So you can ask some questions tonight, but try to save any specific questions for the kickoff call on October 9th. Let me see anything in the comments I need to address before we dive in. I don't believe so. No, I think we're good. Okay. All right. Now the tagline is going to be move, compete, transform. Okay, move, compete, transform. That's going to be the tagline for it. And this challenge is going to be more than about fitness. It's going to be about momentum. It's going to be, look, Terry and Jessica already in, love it. Consistency, leadership, discipline. We're going to be doing this through the holidays. All right, we're going to be doing it through the holidays. I'll have the time for you, Dee Dee, in the chat, but don't worry if you can't attend, there will be a recording available. We're doing this, so most people and most network marketers slow down through the holidays, but we going hard because we want to level up physically and mentally and financially together. And the reason we're doing this, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. This is a free challenge, and y'all know that is really, really rare. Usually when something's free, people do not respect it. They just don't respect it. They take it for granted. So let me say this clearly. Do not make me regret not charging for this. Let me be very clear. This challenge is about earning your own respect. It's about showing yourself that you can take consistent, even when life gets busy, even when there's no charge for it. We're going to build a community, confidence and accountability all at the same time. And if you don't have health, I mean, the money is irrelevant. I've heard it said many, many times. A healthy person has a million different things that they want, million different things they want. A sick person only has one thing that they want, right? Now, here's the thing. We're going to divide everybody into teams based on the total number of participants. We know that team accountability works really, really well. And yes, each team will get to pick a name. So have fun with it and make it whatever you want, but have fun with it. Now, your teams will be selected not by a draft like we did last time. This time, your teams will be selected by yours truly. Okay. Now, the information I'm going to need, this part, you might want to write this part down because I need this via Facebook Messenger no later than Tuesday night. So if you got team members that want to participate in the fitness challenge, it's free, it's amazing. You got customers that want to participate or family, it's going to be awesome. And the Facebook group for it, anybody can get into it, okay? But here's what I got to tell you. This is the information I need from you via a Facebook message before Tuesday or before the end of the night Tuesday. So you got a little time, all right? I need your full name, your birthday, your phone number, your email address, and your zip code, okay? Now, once that's in, we're going to assign and create teams and captains. But what you're sending me, well, I don't see my birthday. Okay, then don't participate. I want to know your age. Why? Because we're going to have some of the team stuff is going to be about age. Yeah, birthday, month, and year. Yes, Rhonda, yes. Some stuff about age is going to be a part of the team you're on. It's very exciting that you're going to have a mixed group of people with different ages. Your zip code, if there's anybody in your area that might want to be involved in this challenge in your zip code that you might not know about, we can probably pair some of you up on the same team in case you want to do some stuff together at the gym or go walking together. It can be really cool. So we want that information, phone number. I will be texting at some point. If you're selected as a team captain, I'm going to send you a text message to see if you want to take that challenge and what all it goes into. Same for co-captain. So I'm going to be communicating with some of you, but we don't know who the captains are yet. Communicating with you and making special announcements for your team via text, just in case your Wi-Fi is out or you don't check Facebook for a couple hours. If it's important team announcements and stuff, we're going to be sharing that via text. And then that particular list, at least the phone number and email address, will be shared with your team captain so they can your co-captain, so they can communicate with you with the members on the team. So all that information is very important. If any of that information is missing, name, birthday, phone number, email address, zip code, if it's missing, I'm not going to reach out to you to say, hey, you forgot this. We're just not going to put you in the group. All right, now once all that's done, we're taking this very, very seriously, and we're going to talk about the scoring system. Okay, again, you don't have to write this part down. It'll be on a recording, and we'll talk about it more on Kickoff Thursday. Okay, you can earn up to 4 points per day. There will be some days that are bonus points, and 1 point for each pillar of fitness that we're going to be doing. The first one, obviously, is going to be movement. Okay, you have to log in at least, you can do more, but at least 30 minutes of activity. I don't care if it's the gym, a home workout, YouTube video, a brisk walk, bicycle, whatever it is, whatever keeps you moving, swimming, play basketball, pickleball, doesn't matter to me, but you need to move around. You can include some stretching after that to keep yourself loose and limber, but the emphasis is on at least 30 minutes of physical activity, movement. If you need to consult your doctor about whether or not you can do any exercise or even walk briskly, then you need to do that. Okay, but for most people, it's not an issue. Now, the key with the movement pillar is data and improvements. And I'll talk more about this on Kickoff Thursday. For example, if my daily exercise is walking and it takes me 19 minutes and 13 seconds to walk 4 times around the high school track, and I can make my other 11 minutes, whatever I want it to be, the next time I walk around that track, 4 times, it shouldn't take me 19 minutes and 13 seconds. I need to look a day later or 2 days later and go, okay, today I'm doing it 19 minutes and 12 seconds. Just a little small increase, but I know that I moved faster. And you cannot have tiny, tiny improvements in your movement, okay, without having tiny improvements in your health, and they all add up. Even 1% change per day after 90 days, that's a 90% increase, okay? So tiny improvements are better. Do them small. And remember, myself, Coach Marcus, and probably some other people on our team are certified personal trainers. We have been for a very, very, very long time. So we can help you if you need assistance. But again, you'll get the hang of it. Don't worry. Don't worry. All right. Now, we'll also have 1 day a week. That's going to be a power day. This day is usually going to be on a weekend because you have a little more time, but you can do it during the week. But that's going to be something where you will measure something that we will have specifically for you, which is why it takes us a lot of time to put these challenges together, be it push-ups, squat, sit-ups, cardio, flexibility tests, something like that. Now, everybody's different, okay? Now, for example, a squat for one person is different than a squat for another person. When I started my mother doing one of these challenges years ago, the only squat she could do was to sit down in a chair and stand up. She wasn't able to complete a body weight squat, just moving her body like that. And the first time she did it, I wrote it down. She sat in the chair, stood up, sat in the chair, stood up. She did about 6 and she was tired, like, all right, I think I'm done. You fast forward 90 days later, she was at CrossFit with me. And we got pictures of that. It's on social media somewhere. She's at CrossFit, jumping rope and flipping tires. This is no exaggeration. This is the truth when you take all 4 of these pillars seriously. Okay, so you can change your life. Don't think for 1 second that, oh yeah, my mom had 2 knee replacement surgeries, by the way. She don't have no knees. I did not know about how to recreate and reproduce cartilage in the knees and heal your knees and hips without surgery. I didn't know how to do that back then. I didn't have the knowledge. I hadn't been involved in this industry long enough to learn that type of health and wellness knowledge like I do now. I would never recommend a knee replacement or a hip replacement for any team member we have if they are with us and willing to do the things that we teach. I just wouldn't recommend it. But we didn't know that back then. And yeah, she completed that workout with no knees. So these products work. They were working back then in the network marketing industry products, and the fitness aspect 100% works. Okay. So that being said, you may be starting off and it may be absolutely pitiful, your level of fitness compared to what you used to be in high school. But I tell you, it can grow and become amazing. We've seen it happen with the worst case scenarios all the way to the best. So don't worry. We are going to help you do that. Do not feel like it's any pressure at all. For example, pull-ups is not one of the things on the fitness thing that we'll do to gauge your progress. Pull-ups are not. But when I first started trying to do pull-ups, again, I'm a big dude. Pull-ups is harder for big people. I hate to break it to you. My pull-ups used to look, I used to start off hanging from the bar. I would just hang from the bar at the gym. I would just hang. And eventually when I got something, I started doing this. We will have modified versions for all body types. Do not worry. We'll be drawing on our vast personal development knowledge. We are definitely going to have that. My first pull-ups looked like this. I was doing like that. I called them shorties. I was moving like 3 inches. I just did as many as I could, and that was it. But you fast forward a week or two, no longer than that, it's at least 1 or 2 full, and now it's a regular thing. So you just got to understand, when you're doing push-ups, they may start off just like this. Like, just do shorties. It's okay. Some of you may have to it's going to be an effort for you to start your phone stopwatch. It's going to take you a minute to be able to get on the ground. Some people's fitness, they haven't been working with our team a long time. They've never been through a fitness challenge. It's going to take some people 2 or 3 minutes. This is no exaggeration, no shade at all. I'm telling you, I've worked with people for so many years. It's going to take some people 2 to 3 minutes just to get on the ground safely. This is no exaggeration, to get on the ground. Once you're on the ground, they have to get themselves in a position to hold their body up. They might be able to hold, don't do a single push-up. Some of you might just have to hold your body up for 5 or 6 seconds, and that's it. You tapping out. You can't hold yourself up. Don't worry. That is progress. You're doing better than the person. Right. It's just doing a push-up and holding it. Okay. Then you might want to try to do a push-up from your knees. Coach Marcus just mentioned that. Try it from your knees. Okay. You may have to do shorties from your knees. Okay. On a counter. Look, I'm not joking. The good thing about it is that even if you have to do it from a countertop or the side of the bed, eventually you'll be able to get on the ground and you can do them from your knees. It might look just like this. You might say, boy, these are the most pitiful push-ups in the history. But guess what? They're better than the person who's doing them on the couch. They're better than the person who's not doing anything. If you can't get on the ground without getting dizzy or lightheaded, okay, go to the bed. That's lower, but you have to be okay modifying it and doing things that work for you. And YouTube is a great resource for modified things. Okay, look, Tanya says she used the tub. Yeah, the tub is a little bit lower than the bed. That is great. Do them at an angle. You might just be doing them little shorties. It's okay, all right? So my point is this, relax, have fun with it. Never feel like, oh, I can't do enough. We don't talk like that around here. We leave that for the people on the couch who don't even try to hold themselves for 1 second on the side of the bed. We different over here. We're gonna do what we can, okay? We are gonna do what we can. We're gonna be consistent and you're gonna get better. Don't worry about it, all right? But that's the movement day. And again, with your workouts, again, 30 minutes. Might be walking for a lot of people. That's totally fine. Walking's amazing. Here's my point. You will not be kicked out of the group if you cannot complete a particular workout. You don't get kicked out for that. If you can't do your 30 minutes of walking that day, you just don't get a point for that day. So your team doesn't get a point for that day. You can't make it up, okay? But you will not be kicked out of the group if you miss that. Now, what will you be kicked out of the group for? And we're still talking about movement. If you don't turn in your numbers to your co-captain at a time frame where they can get the numbers and put together your weekly accountability report, you will be kicked out of the group for making it hard for your co-captain. Wait until the last minute to send them your numbers and did you complete your workout this day and this, that, or the third. So keep track of your own numbers, and then one day a week, your co-captain will tell you when and how the numbers are due. Maybe a screenshot, maybe an email, however it is, maybe a text message, but you will be responsible for getting your numbers to your co-captain. If the numbers become problematic, you can be removed for that, but you will not be removed because other people are just, more fit or a little bit younger or whatever. That is irrelevant. Your 30 minutes gets 1 point of fitness, just like Coach Marcus's 2 hours of fitness get him 1 point. You do the best you can, okay? So number 2, the second thing you can get a point for. Number 1, 30 minutes of movement, 6 days a week. Number 2, eat. Eat, okay? You know what to eat. Follow your nutrition plan. We're not going to create meals for y'all. You know what to eat. You know what not to eat if you're a member of this team. But the part about eat, you do have to use your products daily. Do not let a day go by where you do not drink. I don't care if it's apple cider vinegar berberine, Mind, Body, Soul, Fulvic with soursop. I don't care. Let not a day go by where you are not consuming your products and you know what you're supposed to eat and you know what you're not supposed to eat. And everything's based on an honor system. So you give yourself a point for eating right or doing your intermittent fasting. I've been really big on intermittent fasting lately. So that's part of my nutrition plan. Okay, I'm on what's called an 18-6 intermittent fast. 18 hours a day, I do not eat. I can drink my juice or my supplements or my water and stuff, but I'm not consuming no food, healthy salad, nothing. Cake, salad, burger, pie, chicken, grilled rice, nothing until a 6-hour window, okay? I mean, MJ's been having a lot of fun with this because my wife is such an amazing cook. I'm excited. I'd be excited to eat dinner. Like, she is such a phenomenal cook. I'd be like, I'd be so excited when she cook because I haven't eaten for 18 hours plus. She's a really, really good cook. So that's that part. All right. So that's number 2 on your nutrition plan. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of intermittent fasting, even if it's a 12-12. But again, we'll be putting information about those things in the group as we progress. Number 3, this is very important. This is probably the most challenging part for most people, is going to be hydrate. This is not a accountability challenge about business related activities. This is about your fitness because I want you to focus on that. I hope y'all are already doing your business related activities already. But number 3, you get a point for hydration. Your hydration goal is half your body weight in ounces of water. half your body weight in ounces of water. So for me, that's about 120, 130 ounces of water a day. It is surprisingly difficult for me to get that done on a daily basis, because when I drink my juice or my supplements, that's my HBN products and stuff, that's not water. Water is water. So, okay, water is water. So that plus and so the lighter you are, the lower your water intake is you need. One bonus point I'll give you is the little, how many people know about the little blue bag of Celtic sea salt? Very, very important for you when you're working out and drinking lots of water. Do not wait till the end of the night to drink all your water. You'll just be bloated and go into the bathroom all night. Don't do that. Drink your water throughout the day. And when you do drink water, at least once or twice, I would recommend taking a couple crystals of the little blue Celtic sea salt. It's like $7 on Amazon. It's probably at the grocery store. Put that salt under your tongue, let it dissolve, and then drink your water. That is not regular salt. That's not Himalayan salt. That's not pink salt. That's not table salt. That's a very special type of salt that helps your body absorb water cellularly. And it's very, very, very important. If you don't have that specific type of salt and you drink a lot of water, it may go to bloating. You may have to go to the bathroom a lot more because the water is not being absorbed into your cells properly. However, if you do reach your hydration goal, you get a bonus point. You can get a bonus point. So if you hit your water goal for 5 days, for 6 days straight, you hit your water, we got one off day. If you hit your which you'll probably drink water in, but if you hit your water goal for 6 days in a row, you get a bonus point. And no, you cannot add flavoring to the water. A lot of people ask that, absolutely not. When you add flavoring to the water, it is going to change the chemical constituency of the water. And quite frankly, that is not the water that's going to go into your cells. Your body will not allow it to go into your cells the way it's supposed to, simply because on a chemical level, Slimmer oil, nope, water, okay? You can put a drop or two of Slimmer oil in there because it's all natural, all organic, lemon, peppermint, although I don't recommend doing strong peppermint, you can. But anything that changes the flavor, coloring of the water, that's a synthetic thing, that's synthetic, it's going to change the chemical constituency of the water and your body won't absorb it. Essential oils are going to be different. Okay, so that's why there's a difference between like Splenda and even, the Mio is sugar-free, but it's got a coloring in it. Okay, it's going to change the chemical constituency of the water. You don't want to do that and go from there. I recommend spring water, or I don't recommend, what's the word? I don't recommend purified water at all. Nestle, Aquafina, all of those are basically just tap water. We don't want that. You want to go with either a reverse, like osmosis type water, like a smart water, or an alkaline water. Yeah, I drink Berkey water. We just fill it up. Rick Burnett, I know if Rick's on the call, Rick turned us on the Berkey water, that water filter. We on Berkey heavy at the house. Or spring water. You can get a gallon of spring water from Walmart for like 87 cents. I mean, it's not difficult to do. And you get a bonus point though, if you do hit your hydration goal. You get 1 bonus point a week for that. All right. Yeah. Culligan spring water. Yep. It depends on what part of the country you're in. You get the right spring waters or mineral waters. Yeah. Thank you, Richard and Missy. Number 4, mindset and recovery. Now, this is important. You get a point for getting a minimum of 6 to 8 hours of sleep. You get a point for that. That's how important it is. How many people struggle with getting at least 6 hours of sleep? Put that in the chat. I know I'm always surprised to see how many people struggle with getting 6 hours of sleep. Do you understand? A lot of people, I'm gonna give you some stuff that I used to tell my personal training clients. If you don't get at least 6 hours of sleep, let me automatically explain to you what's gonna happen when you start working out consistently. Automatically. Your results are gonna be slower than everybody else's, period. I'm gonna just tell you right now. It's gonna be harder for you to lose weight. Always gonna be harder for you to lose weight, okay? You're going to be more likely to get sick or more likely to get injured if you don't sleep 6 hours, at least 6. I'm stretching it with 6. I'm a fan of 8, but at least 6. Okay. And I'm going to tell you why. When you work out at the gym, do you understand you're not building any muscle? Excuse me, 0. You work out at the gym and that will create a emphasis. It will create, you're tearing your body down when you train, when you work out. When you go to sleep, do you know your body repairs itself? Sleep is your repair time. Sleep is when your body does brain detoxing. You know, your brain creates a lot of toxins because it's running all the time. Do you know if you don't get enough sleep, your brain will not detox at the proper level, and you're setting yourself up for degenerative brain diseases when you get older? You have to prioritize your sleep. You have to. I'm not saying sleep 24 hours a day and be lazy, but my point is you got to figure it out. You will have to figure it out if you want the best results. We will give you a point for getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Okay. When people are super sore, oh, I can't work out 3 days later, I'm so sore. You haven't had enough sleep to recover. Yes, your products will help you tremendously. But sometimes you have to really have those hard conversations with yourself and say, you know what? For this next 90 days, am I strong enough to put myself first? Am I strong enough to put myself and my health and my self-care first? I know I got these bags under my eyes. I know I ain't been sleeping good. Why do you think you get that? Because when you lay down and sleep, the fluid when you lay flat and you sleep, the fluid and the circulation in your lymphatic system is gonna, your circulatory system, gonna move fluid out of your face. How come people, you think people got them bags under their eyes and bloodshot eyes when they don't get no sleep? Because gravity is just pulling on everything and you're never laying flat to even nothing out. You can look and see in your face when you ain't had enough sleep. That's on y'all. Totally up to you. Okay. Let's see if we got some good comments in here. All right, here, look, this, I'm gonna leave it at this and we're gonna move on. Okay. We're gonna move on to our 1 point for wrestling coach. Tiara Moore, one of our absolute heroes on the team. She put right here: dangers of lack of sleep, increased risk of hypertension, diabetes, obesity, depression, heart attack, and stroke. Okay. And from a heart attack standpoint, let me throw this out there about you drinking your water as well. You know, your heart is the only organ in the body that's made out of 100% striated involuntary muscle fiber. Your heart is made out of 100% muscle. It's a very strange organ, the heart is. Do you know that every muscle in your body, including the heart, is made out of 70% water? How come you think them high school athletes, when they dehydrated, they get Charlie horses and get cramps in their legs? Okay. A lot of times it's just chronic dehydration. Your heart does not have enough water to maintain 70% of its mass. The other 30% is protein. So eat good, drink your supplements. That, you know, eat fish, get your protein, chicken, things of that nature, drink your supplements, things of that nature. Okay. But just understand your heart is 70% water. If you're not getting your right amount of water in, you're setting yourself up for heart attacks long term. I'm trying to tell you it's not good. All right. Also, with your 6 to 8 hours of sleep, if you want the full point, you can either watch a motivational video first thing in the morning or a positive video. They got some real low key ones that'll actually help you sleep, even if they're 3 minutes long. But watch a positive video either when you wake up or before you go to bed. Okay. You do that and you get at least 6 hours of sleep, you will get a full point on for your rest and recovery day. Okay. So those are the 4 pillars: your movement, the stuff you put in your mouth, okay, your water, and your sleep. That's the core foundation of any athlete. That's the core foundation of any athlete. If any one of those is missing, there is no way you'll ever achieve your physical potential. If any one of those things is missing, just one of them, you will never achieve your physical potential. Okay. So that being said, we're going to have phases. Your team captains are going to record the totals, that your co-captains are going to record the daily totals and turn them into the captain. The captain is going to have we're doing recognition. Okay, so just understand that every Sunday we're going to have the leaderboard. We're going to talk about the leaderboard, what teams are doing great, what people are doing great. We're going to do that. Recognition is going to be public. Okay, trust me, we give them props for what they do. We really love that. The captains, once a week, the captains will have to do a 1-minute week video that they send to me, or may have them posted in the group, I'm not sure. But the captains, you're going to get all the information from your co-captains. They're going to give it to you. The captain is responsible for tabulating that information and doing a 1-minute video. And I'm going to tell you what the video has to include as far as information about your team, total pounds lost, total pounds weight lifted, total miles. That we're going to really be descriptive and awesome to help you keep up with the data. So it's not going to be complex. It sounds complicated now, but I'm going to have a little checklist that you can just follow along with, captains. But I'm going to need that in a weekly video. So phase 1 is going to be habit building from October 10th to November 9th. We're going to have a team intro video, team photo. We're going to create a collage. It's going to be a lot of fun. Phase 2 is going to be survive the holidays. It's crazy. That is really about logging in your workouts. You will have workout days on Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm going to tell you about those in a second. Well, not on those days, but I'm going to tell you about in a second because you get 1 day off per week. It is okay to eat whatever you want on Thanksgiving. I'm gonna tell you right now because I know I will. It's okay to eat whatever you want, but guess what? Thanksgiving falls on a Thursday. What am I going to be eating on Thursday? Whatever I want. But what I'm gonna do on Friday? I'm gonna be working out 3 times as hard as I did on any previous day because I'm not taking none of them calories with me in the Friday. I can assure you. So my workout, I'm already planning my workout for the day after Thanksgiving. It's gonna be some crazy cardio, crazy. I'm going hard on Friday after Thanksgiving. I'm just letting you know. I'm letting you know. I plan on eating what I want to eat. Okay. Christmas, it ain't no different. Christmas falls on a Thursday, just so y'all know. And guess what I'm eating and drinking on Christmas? Whatever I want. Whatever family cooking, I'm eating it. Okay. But guess what I'm doing Friday after Christmas? Oh, I'm burning all that off, guaranteed. It might be a 3-hour work. I don't even know. Might walk 10 miles that day. I don't know, but it's going to be intense. I'm not taking no calories with me into the weekend. I'm just letting you know. So it's okay to eat what you want to eat, but just know you're going to have to make up for that at some point. And the best day to do it is right then when you wake up the next day. That's just my plan because I'm keeping myself accountable like anybody else. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Any other notes in here we want to cover? I don't really want to talk about that. Oh, this is going to be cool. Okay. So when it comes down to Chris, I'm going to give you a quick verse. I love this verse so much. This is from the book of Nehemiah, chapter 8, verse 10. Not trying to take y'all to church, but I will talk about this particular verse in reference to holidays. And just a FYI, no matter what your religious affiliation is, I'm going to let you know Christmas and Thanksgiving, those are not actual biblical or scriptural or Quranic holidays. Those are people created holidays. The holidays, scripturally, especially in the Bible, the feast days are way different. Even though a lot of it is about Thanksgiving and things of that nature, that's not even the same holiday. I just want to be clear. Our calendars that we use today in the world are very, very, very different than biblical feast days. But let me give you this from the book of Nehemiah. Then he said unto them, go your way, eat the fat, drink the sweet, and send portions unto them for whom nothing is prepared, for the joy of the Lord is your strength. So it's talking about feast days and eating fatty foods and sweet foods and drinking stuff. Totally acceptable, totally normal, sometimes, occasionally. Okay. However, I do want to focus on one part of the verse that says, send portions unto them for whom nothing is prepared. So another thing that we'll be doing, just to those opportunities, there will be in your local area. That's the book of Nehemiah, chapter 8, verse 10 in the KJV. There are going to be opportunities for you this holiday season, regardless of your religious affiliation or spiritual leanings, to help people who are less fortunate. You can give canned goods. You can donate feminine products, which are very, very big at the holidays for a lot of the shelters in my local area, in your local area, maybe. I'll do this every year in some capacity. I never post it though, never post it, but I've just up to date, I fed over 77,000 families. Just to let you know, at holiday season is something I love to do. And I don't post it because we're not doing it for clout. And biblically, I'm pretty sure there are prohibitions against showing off charitable works, and we don't do it for that reason. Okay. However, I know I'm really in tune with that, but I realize that when we don't let people know what we're doing, we're not inspiring anybody to do what we're doing. I had to think about that. We're not inspiring anybody. If they don't know, for example, if Coach Marcus, and he's a very influential person, and people look at Coach Marcus and he's like, man, everything Coach Marcus do is cool. He in the company, I want to be in the company. He work out, I want to work out. He got a Benz, I want a Benz. But Marcus never told us how much he donates or that he does these things. Okay. And I didn't either. So we're missing out on inspiring people. So I had to really think about this and pray about this because I really want to share more of what, not just what I do, but as we do with a team, we do a lot for people. Okay. And Coach Charlotte, I mean, just an amazing, Tommy as well, do a lot of charitable work. Now, social media wasn't out in biblical days. So when you saw somebody leaving the house with a bunch of food, you kind of knew they were bringing it to some people. You knew what they were doing. But there were other people who were trying to show that off. That's really the prohibition. So I feel like it's okay for us to let people know what we're doing in the charitable realm. Really excited about that. There's a verse in Proverbs chapter 22, verse 9 that says, He that hath an abundant eye, like who has a vision of abundance, abundance mentality, he that hath an abundant eye shall be blessed, for he giveth of his bread to the poor. Okay, so there's a blessing that comes back to you that's attached to you when you are giving things to people. So if you can't donate in person or donate your time or canned goods or meals in person, that's okay. You can use charity. We use Charity Navigator through a lot of our online work. So we will send. I'll let you know what groups we're giving to this season for Thanksgiving, another one for Christmas, and you can go online and you can put the money there and donate. If you can't make it because you're busy, trust me, I get it, but your money can still go to verified charitable organizations that are actually good charitable organizations, and we'll talk more about that as well. But we will be feasting this holiday season. We will be training, but we will also be giving. That is a non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. Everybody who's signing up for this particular fitness challenge, I don't care if it's one canned good or toy drive, we giving something to somebody this holiday season. We doing it. So it ain't gotta be a lot, but when you give according to whatever God put on your heart to do, but we are going to be doing something for some people who are less fortunate. We cannot not inspire people with that. It's very, very important. And guess what? Everybody on this call, myself included, think about it. Isn't everybody that you know just one bad day away in your life? If you might have zigged when you might have zagged, if one thing in your life would have been different, you could have been way less fortunate than what you are. Okay, so this is not part of our tithing, which I know a lot of us do monthly. This is not part of our normal. This is above and beyond what we would normally be doing with our giving and things like that. So that being said, each team's going to have a co-captain, and the captain is going to be fun. Before we wrap up this call, there is a personal development, little 5-minute training I'm going to do that's going to help a lot of you. So thank y'all for sticking around this long. This is what I will ask. If you send the information to me on Facebook Messenger and you are selected as either a team member or see, that's what I'm talking about, Clarence. You got to give to the homeless shelters. Good job, bro. Good job. Didi as well, everybody. I know we've got a lot of givers on this call. I'm very grateful, and know the people and organizations that you give to are super grateful too. Now, if you get selected as a team member, please, one, complete the activities. We'll talk more about this on kickoff call. You can also watch this replay. Do not make your co-captain's job hard, please. When we do accountability groups, some people just be last minute with their numbers. They be illegible. People can't read your handwriting. Do not make your co-captain and captain's jobs harder. Please just be organized, be on time. Please, they might not tell you that. I'm telling you that. Okay. We're going to have some mini challenges. This is going to be very fun. The first team to hit 100,000 verified steps is going to win the Step Wars Award. That's really fun. The first team to lose a total of 100 pounds total, there's an award for that. The first team to put on 100 pounds of muscle, and you're going to have to calculate your muscle mass for this. We have formulas for you. There are also scales. The muscle award is a lot harder because most people are trying to lose weight, but you can lose weight and still gain muscle because you can look at your body fat analysis or your muscle mass analysis. I will give you some personal trainer formulas where you can figure out how much muscle did I put on versus how much weight I lost. So we're going to have the strongman team competition. So that's exciting for that. We got the water gauntlet, okay, which is going to be a week where all teammates have to hit their water allotment and document it for 7 days in a row, the water gauntlet. That's surprisingly hard to do, by the way. We have streak week where every team's going to finish their work. Every team member is going to finish their workout for 7 days in a row. It's like the only day where we don't have an off day for the teams who want to participate in streak week. Every Sunday, we're going to have Spotlight Sunday. When we're doing our Sunday calls, that's going to be a section, Spotlight Sunday. Teams get to nominate a person on their team for most improved, most consistent, team MVP, what team got the most fit points for the week. It is going to be very, very fun. I recommend every Saturday. This is for you. You don't have to post this. You do your progress check-in where you do your weight loss and your before and after picture. Okay, you want to take a picture every single week, preferably in the same outfit or swimsuit as you were before. This is only for you, okay, for you to have. But your weight and things like that, the weight numbers you will have to turn in to your co-captains and whatnot. So it's not about comparison. It's about seeing your own transformation week to week. And now it's going to be great. So we're looking forward to it. Any questions, save those for Kickoff Friday. You can put them, Kickoff Thursday, you can put those in the chat or message me on Facebook throughout the week, and I'll have you in the group by then once I see everybody who wants to be in, and we'll post the good questions and answers in the group. That'll be fun too. Let's see what else we got. Kickoff October 9th, depending on the time, because I don't want to interrupt any other of our calls. It's going to be about 45 minutes. We're going to explain the rules. We're going to introduce teams and team captains. We're going to answer questions and set goals. It's going to be great. We're going to share our 3 core promises: show up, log in, level up. Okay. And once the teams get announced, you're going to have a lot of fun messaging your teams and connecting. That's going to be probably the most fun part. The top team that wins at the end of it all is going to get a special made jersey. They're going to get access to a special jersey, a Reset Revolution jersey. The co-captains are going to help us design this next set of jerseys, which is really, really great. You can get those. The team that wins, though, their jerseys are going to have a champions logo, Reset Fitness champion logo on their jerseys. If other team members who want jerseys will not have, the jerseys will not be available by Las Vegas for you to get, because we don't know who's going to win before then. But the championship medals, as well as the individual fitness prizes for individuals and teams, will all be available by Vegas. And the medals are going to be custom. They're going to be fun as well. All right. So that's what we covered. And let's take this last little 5 minutes of this call. I know that's a ton of information. I don't even like talking that much. But again, you can get this on the replay or just tune in, get as many people as you can on for the Kickoff Thursday Zoom. It'll probably be, if Coach Marcus is available, this same Zoom link, but I got to figure out the time, because I do not want the time to affect any of our other team calls that we have going on. Those calls are all very, very important. So I will make it before or after our regular team call schedule. Okay. Hey, thank you, Coach Marcus. Now, let's do a quick 5-minute exercise. And this is going to help you get your mindset locked in for fitness, specifically weight loss. And this is something that I typically used to do with my personal training clients, and even myself. When I would hit a weight loss plateau, I'm like, man, I'm doing everything, but I haven't really hit no weight, but I'm still working out good. I'm eating good. I'm sleeping right. Something's off. It's not a physical issue. It's a mental issue. So let's take this last 5 minutes, get a paper and pen out. And this exercise is really, really fun to do. Okay. And this is something that, as a consultant, as a rep with a health and wellness company, you really want to get good at this exercise. You can help your customers a lot with this particular exercise. And it's going to follow the similar format that we've done previously. Okay. So let's talk about it a little bit. Step 1 on your paper, we're going to define the goal. And the goal is, this is going to be a weight loss exercise that we're doing. So the goal is weight loss, but we're going to start with pain. Like Coach Seymour has the What Hurts You board. We're going to start off with pain, not pleasure. Pain's an amazing motivator too, by the way, because the truth of the matter is, people don't really change because they see the light a lot of times. Sometimes they change because they feel the heat. It is not up for debate. So this is a question that we're going to put under step 1. We know our goal is weight loss. And this is a question I want to ask you for anybody who's ever wanted to lose weight, or you want to get some pounds off, or people who really want to get a lot of weight off because you're just dissatisfied. This is the question I'm going to ask you. And you can ask yourself this question: how much do I hate, like despise, how much do I hate being overweight, tired, sluggish, or feeling unattractive as a result of my weight? Because we don't have to put that in the chat. Do not put these answers in the chat. This is just for you. Okay. You're not about how much you hate your body. You don't hate your body. You hate the state that you're in. Okay. You don't hate yourself. You might hate being broke. You don't hate yourself. You just hate not being at the weight you want to be. Okay. Just understand that. If you lost 30 pounds, you still be you. If you gain 200 pounds, you still be you. You are not your weight. You're not your weight. Just understand that. It's like, I don't like this outfit I'm in, but you're not the outfit. You can always take it off. It's the same thing with weight. So, but the question is, how much do I hate being overweight, tired, sluggish, stuck, or feeling unattractive based on my weight? How much do I not like that? This is just a personal question for you. Do not put the answer in the chat. The fatigue. I can't walk good up some stairs and not breathing heavy. I know I don't like the way my clothes fit. Okay. I look in the mirror. My reflection does not match my potential. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, And 10 is going to be, I hate it with a passion. 1 is going to be, I absolutely love everything about myself. Absolutely everything. A perfect weight, ideal, everything is a 1. I don't know any, I'm not a 1. I'm still trying to get in better shape each and every day. So I know it's not a lot of 1s. But here's my point. Write down on your paper on a 1 to 10 how much you do not like being overweight in any capacity. This is the same way I would talk to my personal training clients who've lost thousands of pounds over the years. Same way I would talk to them, because I want them to have real change. I'm not about to baby them, and I'm not about to tell them, "Ooh, it's okay to look like that. You still look amazing." Body positivity. I don't talk to my clients like that, because I'm not there to be their friend. They were paying me to get a result. Will, I got a photo shoot coming up, and this, that, and the third, and I got to fit in this dress. All right, let's get down to business now. We got to go. I'm not here to be your friend. "Ooh, girl, you look amazing." You hear that too much, but this is why people a lot of times don't change. They're in the pleasure aspect of, everybody's telling me I look great. Everybody's telling me there's nothing wrong with being 80 pounds overweight. Maybe this is, maybe they're right. You start believing that type of stuff. Okay. Fat shaming and things of that nature. No, I'm not telling you to have a conversation with you. This is all step 1. So put a 1 in the chat when you got your number down. I'm not saying your number's 1, but when you're done and you wrote your number down on your sheet for just how upset you are on a scale of 1 to 10, where you at versus where you can be, write that in the chat. I mean, write that on your paper, not in the chat. Write that on your paper, because you cannot conquer what you're lying to yourself about. You cannot conquer what you're still tolerating. And this could apply to any habit, any type of weight, money, anything. But we're using weight tonight, okay? Now, you have to reach that point where you get to say, okay, I had enough. I refuse to live like this. At some point, you got to refuse it. And nobody has a gun to your head. That's why getting the number down at step 1 is very important. Okay, 10 is, I'm fed up to the hilt. I'm ready for change tonight. Okay. Step 2. This is fun. This is when it gets fun. All right. It was hard at first. Step 2. We're going to talk about the positives of your current negative state. This is probably my favorite part of these exercises. We're going to write down some positives of your current negative state. You need to be writing this on paper. This exercise will help you so much more. Okay. If you need to, on the replay, you need to pause it, and go get paper and pen and start from the top with us. All right. Now, the reason you stayed this long in the position you're in, and I'm not talking to anybody in particularly, I'm talking to you the way I would talk to myself or clients that I'm working with, all right? The reason you stayed in this overweight position so long, okay, is because it has been serving you in some way. No, Will, I hate it. There is no positive thing about me being overweight. Oh, I beg to differ. It must be something positive, because otherwise your subconscious mind wouldn't be fighting so hard to keep you from changing it. But let's talk about 10 hidden positives of being overweight and out of shape. If you can think of some, put them in the chat. What are some benefits to being overweight or out of shape? I can tell you right now, no pressure to change. You could stay comfortable. Lynn had a great one. That's a great one. Eat what I want. I don't care. Eat and drink what I want. Okay? Coach Marcus, less likely to be kidnapped. That's a fact. You are less likely to be kidnapped if you are severely overweight. That's a benefit. Yeah, you don't have to make excuses. Not at all. Look, you save money on clothes. You don't have to buy no new clothes. That's a good one, Susan. Now let's look at some more of these. You really blend in. Do you know when you're really fit and you're carrying yourself with a great physical build and features, do you know you attract more attention? That attention is not always good. Ladies especially do not like negative attention from men. Sometimes my female clients we figure out doing exercises like this that they were overweight because it felt safer. A lot of men don't really think that. But a lot of my women clients over the years would say, now that I really think of it, I would never get attacked or people looking at me crazy. I really feel safe if I'm overweight. And it was a trauma mechanism. I had no idea. As men, we did not even think that way. But you have to really think about all the positives, okay? It's easier for you to belong if you're overweight. Over 60, 70% of people are overweight. Do you know you can bond with other overweight people? If you're the one friend that's super in shape and eating good, it's harder for your friends to get along with you, and your family members who don't want to be fit. It's easier when all y'all is kind of got the Pillsbury Doughboy body. You know that? It's the strangest thing. Okay? It's the strangest thing. Predictability. You're gonna know how your life feels, even when it's not good. You get comfortable in that. Sympathy. People expect less from you. If you super overweight, people don't expect you to go to the gym. Okay, there's so many benefits, but because some of you may not have 10 benefits written down yet, let me show you how to get another 10 benefits. Take any one of those. For example, Susan had a great one. I don't have to buy new clothes. Well, what's the benefit of not having to buy new clothes? You get to save money. Saving money is a benefit. Overweight people spend less money than fit people. You don't think about this. I don't have to have a gym membership. Look, Seymour just said it. As a man, the bigger or heavier you are as a man, it makes you feel like nobody would try you. You just more intimidating because you're heavier. Think about that. The bigger you are. So that's the great point Coach Seymour brought up. That's a converse of what the ladies feels. It's a safety thing. Being big is a safety thing either way. Wow. Wow. What a benefit. What an amazing benefit to be overweight and feel safe. Wow, right? So you look at what's another benefit? I don't have to have a gym membership and I don't have to buy new clothes. I'm saving more money. Well, why is saving money a benefit? Because I can put that toward investments or pay off debt. That is a legitimate benefit. These are not just dumb things I'm mentioning. These are serious, real benefits to being overweight and big and out of shape. You have to at least acknowledge the positives, okay? So just understand the reality of the benefits of being the current way you are and be okay with that, all right? Now, step 3, there's another fun section. What are 10 negatives of the desired state, which in this position is being wealthy? Or I mean, not being wealthy, my mind be on money all the time, of being fit. what's 10 negatives of being fit and lean and in shape? All right, fear of pressure. Can I keep it up? That's huge. Pressure fear is huge, right? You might lose. You can't eat your comfort foods all the time like you want. Y'all put some other negatives in the chat about the negatives about being fit and being in shape. Okay. Yep, it's a painful process. Stairs. What you say, Miss Charlotte? I misread that. Okay. Stress. Oh, stares. Oh, people staring at you. Yeah, attention. Negative attention. Yeah, you get stares from people one way or the other, and that's not always good. You got to get new clothes. You got to spend money. Okay, you're probably buying more health products or getting more supplements, or you're getting more slimmer, or you're not just getting slimmer, you're getting Glucoprotect and apple cider vinegar berberine too. Maybe you're spending more money. You got to get a gym membership sometimes, or things you're spending more money. Well, why is that negative? Because I have less money to save or invest. Why is that bad? Because I have less money coming in. You got to think about the negatives of being fit. You got, talked about by family if you fit, like you who you think you is, that type of stuff, right? All right. Some people feel guilt for focusing on themselves. They feel guilty for taking the time because it takes time, right? Getting fit takes time. You got to find time in the schedule to work out 30 minutes a day. And if you go into the gym, that doesn't include driving. That might be a whole hour total, right? You got to think about that. You got to think about that. Yeah. There's physical discomfort while adapting to new clothes. All right, I don't know. I was 300 pounds before. I don't know, a lot of y'all ever been 300 pounds. It's kind of comfortable to sit in the chair and you got all that cushion and you can just be 300 pounds. It's kind of cushy. When you fit and you got a lot of muscle and not a lot of fat on everything, stuff just don't be as comfortable. It just don't be. Marcus, his nickname was Big Marcus. Facts, sure was. Yep. So spending money, time commitment, you can't eat what you want, people looking at you crazy. There's a lot that goes into being fit that's negative, okay? And you can build this list out by just Lord Didi. Super. Every neighborhood had one, Didi. I get it. You can literally take the negative and find the negatives of the negatives of anything that we talk about. You can find a positive of being overweight, and then you can find the positives of the positives of the positives. So you can fill up a list of 10 to 20 very, very quickly. Yeah, don't nobody want to be eating vegetables all day. That's what I'm talking about, Susan. That's another negative about being fit. You will have to eat different. You will have to order different things at the restaurant when you go out to eat. It's a lot that goes into that. Okay. So now everybody got at least 10 solid benefits for being overweight, and everybody got at least 10 solid negatives for being fit. Put that in the chat. We'll wrap it up. Only 2 steps left. Very quick steps. Put a 1 in the chat if you got everything dialed in so far. Put a 1 in the chat. Let's run it. All right. Going to the bathroom more. You're more regular. Yeah, we won't spend all that time in the bathroom. Facts. You got to go to the gym, then take an extra shower every day. Yeah, all kind of stuff. All right. Step 4. This is your GPS. This is how you ensure that now that you're okay with the overweight state, because there's a lot of benefits, and you're not really scared. You understand that there are going to be some negatives to the positive state. You're okay to go there. Okay. When you understand the negatives of being overweight, that's a minus sign, and that's easy. We don't even need to talk about the negatives of being overweight. We know what those are, right? But we did need to talk about the positives for being overweight, because we don't think about that a lot. You know the positives for being in fit and being in shape and strong and agile and mobile. You know those positives. You really didn't think about the negatives of being fit. A lot of people, we don't think about that. So you have to have the positives and the negatives for both. And certain results, I want you to understand, especially when you're changing your reality, changing your physical body, your physical reality, it's like a car battery. I've said this example a million times. I'll say it again. What is repeated is remembered, and what is remembered is repeated. I know it doesn't really make sense to most people. This is why most people are broke and overweight. I don't care if it makes sense to most people. I need to make it sense for you. When you want to achieve a goal, you got to look at the positive and the negatives of it. And just like a car battery, then you can start it and get some power. It can really work now, because a car battery with 2 negatives is not going to start the car. 2 positives is not going to start the car. You need a negative, and you got to understand the positives, period. And once you understand the negatives and the positives about your current state, and the negatives and positives about your future state, you can start the car and get moving toward the goal. You have to really start to understand in these terms of balance and non-attachment, but that's a whole different training. So step 4, your GPS. This is how you get there. We're going to move into GPS, a guided personal shift. And this is going to be just 3, 4, maybe 5 things that you can do to get from the state you don't want to be in. Remember your original number, to get to the state where I'm a 7, 8, 9, or a 10. I can't stand looking in the mirror, not loving what I see, in order to get to the fit version, the new you, new me, new year, new me, all that, to get there. Step 4 is when we talk about the action steps. Okay. Now, these steps can be something that you are going to do to start that forward motion towards your goal. It can be something that you're going to stop doing that is keeping you from getting your goal. It can be a behavior that you can keep doing, something that you're already doing right. Okay, so let's get a couple of those. I need at least 3 to 5 good ones for everybody. Let's shoot for 5. Give me an action, 1 or 2 or 3 things that you can start doing that'll get you closer to your goal. Let's see what's coming up in the chat. Give me some of those things that you can start doing to get you closer to your goal. Yep, working out, joining this accountability group. Yeah, going to bed a little earlier or waking up a little later. Yeah, stop munching. That's a good one, Christy. Eating right, facts. That's one. Even if it's 1 meal a day, even if it's 1 meal that you eating healthy instead of 3 unhealthy, that's even a step in the right direction, right? Less fast food. Yeah, but fast food is delicious. Yep, you ain't lying, right? Drinking more water. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff you can start doing that you might not be doing. Cut out sugar. Thank you, Colette. Or even less sugar, or cut out alcohol, even less alcohol, even if you don't cut it all out. Yeah, there's tons of things that you can start doing. Okay, let's try this. What's one habit you can stop doing that's keeping you from your goal? Well, I don't want to start doing nothing new. All right, well, let's try stopping something old. What's something you could cut out? Yeah, soda will do it. Soda or less sodas. Yeah, for sure. Late night, Lynn, late night snacks. Yeah, making excuses. Thank you, Richard Fritzler. Bread, you can stop eating bread or eat less bread. Yeah, either one. They're all going to get you closer to your goal. Wonderful. Okay. So what's something that you're already doing right? Give me one or two of these that you can start doing right. Yeah, less carbs for sure. Letting go of negative people. Tanya, that is huge. It's huge. It's huge. People forget people be influencing us, right? What's something that we can keep doing? Like for me, I'm already intermittent fasting. That's one thing I can keep doing to get me closer to my goal. What about y'all? What's something you can keep doing? Keep walking daily. Wonderful, Karen. Yeah, keep walking daily, getting them steps in. Keep using products. Yep, yep, that's huge. I'm already sleeping the right amount, so I can keep sleeping like I'm sleeping. That's important. All right, so right now, everybody should have a list of at least three, before, Crystal, that's huge. A before picture and a weekly picture of yourself will definitely help you. Yeah, continuing daily exercise for sure. Yeah, the liver, if you haven't done a liver cleanse, oh man, I did one. The liver cleanse is amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, drinking more water for sure. Keep drinking water, right? Okay, so everybody should have doing affirmations, watching a motivational video, even something as small as laying your gym clothes out the night before, even something that small. Okay, so that being said, does everybody have 3 to 5? Yeah, having a friend to confide in, a battle buddy. Yeah, like a workout, a virtual workout partner. Good one, Richard. So does everybody under step 4 have at least 3 to 5 things that you can start doing, stop doing, or keep doing to get you closer to your desired body? Yes or no? Put a 1 in the chat if you got that list taken care of, because that step is going to turn awareness into alignment and alignment into action. That's the action steps. Okay. All right. Now, step 5, because we're done with everything. Let's rate the emotional charge again. Remember, your score was a 1 through a 10. Okay. How do you feel now insofar? Yeah, let your family know it's huge. Did your number go down any points? Do you feel slightly more optimistic about how you are and feeling like you're going to definitely get to your goal this time? Did something change even by 1 point? Put a yes in the chat if you had any positive change at all once you just understood, you know what? Yeah, I'm overweight, but they got a couple of benefits to that. That was kind of cool. But I'm still about to go get fit, though. I'm still about to go get right. But I feel less hate, less negative energy around the whole thing because there's so many benefits to being unhealthy. And you can listen, you can do the same type of exercise with everything from cigarettes to alcohol, drugs, toxic relationships, anything at all. There are ways that you can go through that same exercise and become a professional at that same exercise and really start to change so many different aspects of your life. All right. So that being said, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I know we ran a couple minutes long, but I hope you are excited about the fitness challenge that we have coming up. And I will see y'all tomorrow on the testimonial call. And then Tuesday, we'll have our more traditional MLM leadership call with myself, Coach Marcus, Coach Miriam, and Coach Seymour on Tuesday. And we'll see y'all at the time. Good night and God bless.